Good morning. Firstly, I welcome all the second year students to the second year first semester of electrical engineering branch. So, this is Janaki Pakalapati, Associate Professor of Electrical Engineering Department at Lendi Institute of Engineering and Technology. So, I was here to speak with you a subject on electromagnetic field theory. So, dear students, firstly, so please remember that this is a very important subject and very easy subject too. So where the subject is consisting of all the basics involved in a subject, which are based on to some extent of mathematical concepts and physics concepts. So why this subject is important? So before going into a brief introduction about the subject, so let us discuss what is the importance of the subjects. So let me share my screen. So here comes the concept on electromagnetic field theory. So I told you already, the subject is mainly involved with the concepts of mathematics and physics. So why the concepts of mathematics and physics are coming here? Because this subject, electromagnetic field theory, is a very basic introductory subject for all the electrical engineering students to make sure that they will be knowing what are the several concepts of electric fields, magnetic fields, and the combination of electric as well as magnetic field theories. Then, what is the importance of the subject? So this subject plays a very important role in the competitive examinations like GATE and technical core examination, entrance examinations, and several other examinations which are useful with the concepts of electromagnetics. So then, why we need to read this subject is, so being an electrical engineering students, you all should be aware of knowing how to calculate the amount of electric fields developed or the magnetic fields developed and a combination of their electromagnetic field effects. Something like to know the operation of a transformer or a machine, DC machine or a AC machine. Every one of us, being an electrical engineer, has to know what is the logic behind that. What is the principle based on them, on what? So that means like for the operation of a DC generator, what is the minimum basic principle of its operation? It is based on Faraday's law of electromagnetic induction. Then where we have studied the concepts of Faraday's laws of electromagnetic induction? So might be you have studied in your earlier semester about Faraday's laws, and there are several of induction like self-inductance, mutual inductance and all. So apart from that, you should look into the concepts like how the field is calculated. What is a field then? Then before going to the subject, you should know the entire magnetic field, electromagnetic field theory is of three components basically. It is a combination of electrostatics, magnetostatics, and electromagnetics. So now let us go in depth into the subject. And also one more thing students, before going into the concepts of the electric field theory, I'll be covering my contents or the syllabus of the field theory in the next lecture. Prior to that, I just want to discuss about how the outcome-based education is giving an impact to this subject. So in that regard, so let me talk on outcome-based education. So I think by this time you all know what is an outcome-based education. Dear students, you know that our college is an MBA aggregated college. So MBA aggregation college has several processes to be followed. So in that context, you all should know what is an outcome-based education. So outcome-based education is a process that involves the reconstructing of curriculum, assessment, and reporting practices in education to reflect the achievement of higher order learning and mastery rather than the accumulation of course credits, which was given by the scientist Chucker in 2004. So in view of this outcome-based educations, there are several strategies to be followed to go with any particular curriculum or to go with any particular course. So let us see that why outcome-based education is required. So you might have a question this, why we are speaking about outcome-based education. Dear students, you all know that the globalization has brought a clear idea that education system has to be transformed from the concept of knowledge into our learner competencies, including learning to learning and lifelong learning concepts. So that means the focus has to be kept on understanding the fundamentals very well and learning new skills, competencies that would enable individuals to cope up with the demands of the rapidly changing workplace, and also prepare global engineers who will have to solve the problems on the shoulder challenges which are not even known today. Then what is the point on this to be concentrated? So like being an engineering student, once you are out of the graduation, you should be using all the fundamental knowledge what you have learned in the courses or in the program, and you should utilize all that concepts to bring out a new product which is useful to the society. So that should be the outcome-based education. The point what you have to understand here is you should grab the information, the basics, the fundamentals, keep all the skills inside you and use it to the competitive world once you are out of graduation. And then the aggregation criteria OBA will consist of several parameters like vision, mission, PEOs, program outcomes, program curriculum, student performance, faculty contributions, faculties and technical support, academic support units and teaching learning process, governance, institutional support and financial resources, continuous improvement. So these are several stages of preparing an outcome-based education. And coming to the outcome-based education, which is known to you earlier, maybe in your previous semester, that outcome-based education is consisting of outcome-based education where the student will be able to do their attributes, and outcome-based curriculum, how to make the student achieve the outcome, and outcome-based learning and teaching, that means how to measure what the student has achieved at the end of the program, and also how to assess the outcome-based education. And after this, the aggregation process of outcome-based education, the main parameter to be concentrated for each and every course. Course means EMF is a course. That means a program means engineering, electrical engineering is a program. And in that program, you have several courses designed by the curriculum by the experts, and each course in the curriculum consists of their own course objectives and their own course outcomes. So coming to the course objective, what is a course objective? Course objective specifies a behavior, skill, or action that a student can demonstrate if they have achieved mastery of the subject. And also, we can say that course objective form the foundation of the class, isn't it? So that means what is the purpose of learning this course? You should know prior to start the course, right? So what is the purpose of the course? That is nothing but the objective of the course. Will give you a foundation of the class. And everything in the course should work together to ensure students master the course objectives. And coming to the objectives of EMF, there are some 5 objectives designed in this course. So let us know that the first objective is to discuss about the electric field intensity using Coulomb's law, Gauss law, and electric potentials for different types of charge distributions. And next, the objective is to evaluate capacitance of different configurations, understand the concept of conduction, convection, current densities. See here, just once, if I go back to the first objective. So the objective in this particular chapter, or the objective of this particular point, is to find out the electric field intensity. I told you already, like electric field calculations is very important in the subject, right? So electric field intensity is nothing but electric field calculation. So electric field intensity, using what we were calculating, using the concept of Coulomb's law we are calculating, and Gauss law. Right. So with the help of these 2 basic laws, we will be able to find out that we were supposed to find out the electric field intensity, and electric flux densities, and to some extent we are supposed to calculate the electric potentials for different types of charge distributions. And coming to the second objective, the objective is to calculate the capacitance of different configurations. You know already how to calculate a capacitance. You know how to calculate a capacitance in series connection and parallel connection. Apart from that, you have several configurations of the capacitance, how to calculate them, that is very important, and to understand the several concepts of conduction and convention current densities. And coming to the third objective, it is based on magnetostatics. That means how to, here the objective is to discuss applications of Biot-Savart's law, Ampere's circuitous law, Maxwell's second equation, third equations of static magnetic fields, in which we will be able to calculate the magnetic field intensity and magnetic flux density, etc. And the fourth objective is to elaborate the force calculations. So before going to the force calculations, you should know what is a Lorentz force of equation, and then how to enumerate the magnetic force, and how to calculate the self-inductance and mutual inductance of various inductive circuits along with their energy stored calculations. And the last objective is to discuss about the time varying fields, Maxwell's equations, integral form, derivative form, and Maxwell's fourth equation for induced EMF and concept of Poynting theorem. Here, the Maxwell's fourth equation is nothing but your Faraday's law of electromagnetic induction, on which the generator principle and motor principle is based on. So here, so the 5 objectives are described for this particular course. In order to move into the course, these are the basic preliminary things what you should know why we are using this subject and what extent it will be useful for the upcoming semesters. And here comes the course objective outcome. I told you already, every curriculum, every course has its own specified objectives and specified outcomes. So before going into the course outcomes of EMF, we should know what is meant by outcome. So an outcome is what a learner will be able to do or perform as a result of some learning experience. That means you are learning an EMF course, and what is the outcome of EMF course? When you will be able to apply this knowledge or apply the concepts of EMF in your career, then that will be the outcome. So what the outcome is defined in such a way that an outcome is what a learner will be able to do or perform as a result of some learning experience. In other words, we can say that the course outcomes are stated in such a way that they can be actually measured. And also an outcome of an education is what the student should be able to do at the end of the program or course. As we are speaking about the course outcome, so at the end of the course, what a student is able to do, that is the main point of course outcome. Here comes outcomes of EMF. Understand the concepts of Coulomb's law, Gauss law, and their applications in electrostatics to analyze conduction, convection current densities, capacitance, and energy stored in dielectrics. Evaluate magnetostatic fields for simple configurations, Ampere's circuitous law and its applications, magnetic forces, torque, magnetic dipole, and dipole moment. Analyze the magnetic potential, self and mutual inductances in static magnetic fields. Understand the time varying electromagnetic fields. These are the several outcomes what a student can know after completing the course EMF. Thank you. So this introduction lecture consists of what is an EMF, what are the prerequisites of EMF, why it is required, where it is useful, and also what is the outcome-based education based on the course EMF with its defined objectives and outcomes. So thank you, students. If you have any queries, you can let me know on my mail ID, which is given here, janaki.pakalapati@the.org. And also in my next lecture, we will be going with a brief introduction of all the 6 units of the subject called electromagnetic field theory. Thank you.